The way I make solar panels is actually by combining two different kinds of sheets. The one sheet is just a mirror sheet. We have this in thin or thick material. It's just the way you like to work. I use the thin one because you have it on large rolls and it's much cheaper than the thicker ones. And the other one is just a piece of PVC with a grid on it. And if you combine these two, it's not blue like a real PV cell, but it gets the impression of a solar panel because I don't like to use too much color in my models because I like to keep them abstract. And what I do then is cut the two pieces to the right size, as you can see on the next picture, and just take some plastic profiles and wrap them around the sheets that I cut to the right size. But now for the next project I need to make a whole batch of solar panels. I need to fit some solar panels onto this building, and there need to be a whole batch of them. So I'm not gonna make them separately. I'm gonna make one sheet and then divide it by placing some plastic strips on top of them. But because this is a section model, we still need to see the section of the solar panel. So instead of just making one big strip, I'm gonna make like 3 strips. I'll show it here. I'm gonna make 3 different strips so that I can in between put a little plastic profile. The camera doesn't make it very sharp, but yeah, as you can see, a plastic profile. So in the section, like I've sketched up here, you can still see the profiles and you can still get the illusion that you have separate solar panels. In the end, if you look at the section this way, you will see the profiles, but in this way I will just put on some strips to divide the solar panels, because in this direction you will not see the cut, you will only see the cut in that way. So I will only place the profiles here. So I'll just quickly show you how I make it. As you can see, I'm using an aluminum profile to make sure that my plastic profiles are glued straight. And as you can see, I'm also using a toothpick to apply the glue, so you can work much finer. Also, the profiles are a bit longer than they should be, so that I can afterwards easily cut them to size so that the edge will be straight. Here you can already see the effect of the solar panels, and if I hold it to the side, you can see the profiles. And the only thing I have to do now is just make some plastic strips and place them every 2 centimeters. And again, I'm using the double-sided tape to apply the strips afterwards, so there will be no spilling of glue. Notice that you can also use the grid itself to make sure that the strips are applied very straight. Now that it's finished, you will also see that I've made sure that the last solar panels are cut in half too, so the effect of the section is even better. Now, in order to attach these solar panels to the building, I've placed 2 wooden strips to the top and the bottom with double-sided tape to the solar panels. Normally I would just take some double-sided tape and also apply it to this side of the pieces of scrap wood and then place it onto the building, but because my model is rubbed in with oil, the double-sided tape is not gonna stick anymore, so we need to use normal glue. If you're fast, I think the best way is the glue gun. Just put a strip here, apply it directly. The problem is, if your solar panels aren't straight, then you have to rip them off and place them again. Because these are very fragile, I'm gonna use normal glue, but I will first take 2 pieces of tape, put it onto the solar panels, and then already visually a little bit place them the way I like. Because it's a section model, it doesn't really matter where I place them here, because you can see the layers are peeling off, and every time I take a layer off, I go a centimeter that way, so I'll probably take about a centimeter or so. Doesn't really matter that much. Most important thing is that this, and this side are sort of the same. You can start measuring it if you want, but I do it by view. This is 1 centimeter. Yeah, I moved it. So this is 9 millimeters, and then this should be 1 centimeter. It's 1.2, but because these are all slats, I can adjust it with my eye a little bit. So I think this is good. I'll measure it again. 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and then place the tape onto my roof pitch. It's good that I already placed the paper pitch finish here, because this tape also will not stick to this wood that's rubbed in with oil, so this way I can attach them. Now I just simply pull it over, apply the glue. Now you don't have to rub the glue off, because it has to stick very good. So I'll put some glue here, and just to be sure on these plastic pieces too. I hope the plastic will stick to the wood glue. And now you just let it fall, make sure it's straight, and then apply some more tape like this, just to be sure that it can that it's fixed tightly to the model. and then maybe just one extra in the middle. And now we let this dry for 15 minutes, and then I think it's okay. And here you can see the finished result.